Next time she don't see me, acting like a pocket holding 50. Pull up with a Mickey Mouse. This ain't Disney.
We will be bringing you 2K TV Interactive. All questions and the VC you get from answering correctly are presented by Hotels.com.
This is an award show. So let's start with a question about some wins. What do you think, Alexis?
I like it.
Which NBA team won the most games in the 2024-25 regular season?
Was it the Celtics?
Pump the gas or something. Or the TK1s on that, put confetti on. That shit slip. I got my so I won't go to.
What's good, MP? Let's keep this winning streak going.
Head forward, 6'11", number 34, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. And tonight we've got the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Brooklyn Nets. Brian Anderson. Well, at this point of the season, Richard, we're starting to get an idea of who the championship contenders might be.
To some degree, we already had an idea before the year began. Now we're starting to get confirmation, barring any unforeseen shakeup.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Cameron Johnson, and it's Lewis in at small forward. Pass to Trent. Lillard outside. Trent with a screen on Russell. A nice shot by Lillard.
Doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Lillard is a walking bucket.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And it's now 32 games, approaching the 71-72 Lakers. A famed season indeed.
And while this has been a legendary run, this group seems to have a gift of the collective mentality to know that all of these wins don't matter if they don't bring home the Larry O'Brien trophy when the season is all said and done. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
There's Whitehead. Buries it from three.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Prez, the pass to Lewis. Here's Prez. Back to Russell. Shot clock at 5. Here's Prez. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Prez has got 5 points.
There are the point guard skills of Russell. When he's sharing the rock, this offense runs so much smoother.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Oh, and the jam by Giannis.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Russell, that's good.
Ideal way to start the game. Come out of the gate and knock down all but one of your first 5 shots.
Antetokounmpo outside. And he's going for the lob. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. A chance here to see the Eastern Conference standings. Guys, we've certainly seen some interesting midseason storylines. You take a look at Brooklyn. They've been outstanding thus far, claiming the top spot in their conference. And of course, there's the Bucks, far behind in the standings.
I think for the Bucks, they're just not where they thought they'd be as a ball club. Now, after the success they had last season, they were counting on having even a better year.
And it's the exact opposite has happened. The chemistry has been off. They haven't been able to maintain momentum. A very disjointed season for them up until this point.
Pass to Lopez. Out to Lillard. The three. Nails it from three. He's got 5.
And that's a veteran move by Lillard to see the D closing and get the shot away.
Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade. And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Whitehead's shot is good.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Lillard right side. Trent for 3. Drills it from deep.
And you know Lillard loves setting up his guys. He's got a great eye for where to move the ball.
Pass to Whitehead. Here's Prez. To the inside. Outside for Russell. From deep. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Bucks trail by 6. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to review the game plan. And the Bucks will go for a different look here. Sims, he's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Antetokounmpo. Green's checked in for Kuzma. And it's Porter Jr. in for Trent. Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Melton comes in for Lewis. And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Over Lillard. And there's another one for the Nets.
One thing about Russell, this guy is never short on confidence. He thinks every shot is going in.
Lillard passes to Green. 32 seconds left in the first quarter here. Porter's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 8. Melton outside. The 3 is up. Connects from downtown.
And they've got the D reeling. A full 3-point attack right off the tip.
Here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. Portis, the pass to Sims. Here's Green, looking to end the run. And the Bucks miss again. From deep, Melton. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the... We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Brooklyn.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Giannis plays the 4 with Portis in at center. Then it's Green, then there's Kevin Porter, and it's Rollins in at the point. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Knocks it down from distance. Russell's got 10 points in the game.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, Prez in their last game against the Raptors got the job done. He picked up 18 points and he made a lot of shrewd decisions with the ball, which led to a hefty assist total for him. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Inside, shoots in deep. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Brooklyn leading by 13. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Melton's gotten his second bucket of the game.
The adjustment, man, what a finish.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Brooklyn out in front, up 10. And we'll be back right after this.
42.
Hello and welcome. At this point of the season, who would be your guys' picks for Rookie of the Year? Jet?
I'd have to go with our new makeup artist. She spends 45 minutes every single day on Shaq's face and like 50.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Nets.
They've had a lot of success.
That's it for us.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What a game we're seeing from Damian Lillard.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Kicking off the second half, here's Jordi Fernandez's 5. They've got D'Angelo Russell, and it's Whitehead in at the 2. RJ just playing at a faster pace, work the same in the regular season as it does in the playoffs?
Depends on the opponent. Teams that like to slow it down and can be methodical in the half court can make it a slugfest. You have to be ready for that.
The Bucks trail by 13. Trent outside. On the wing, Kuzma. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And the Bucks miss again.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Here's Lewis. Pure from 3-point range. Lewis has got 6.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Antetokounmpo outside. Trent from long range. Prez grabs the board.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Russell to pass to Prez. The 3-ball. Fires in the triple. Lewis has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Lillard. Trent on the wing. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got his 3rd assist of the night. Here's Prez. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Now Lillard. He's got 13. From behind the arc. Not on target. 4 for 9 in this one.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Lewis. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Bucks. And the Nets also making a change. Johnson, he's checked in for Whitehead. Antetokounmpo for 3. Brooklyn with the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put 2 guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks.
And the attacking mentality from Porter Jr. being rewarded rewarded for going up strong inside with the whistle.
More and more, we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age. Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Trent outside. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Outside for Porter. Lillard against Johnson. Lillard can't get it to go. Now the Nets with it. They're on a 19-4 run. Melton passes to Prez. And the Nets, another three!
That guy is perfect from the field, making major contributions to this lead.
Lopez, the screen on Johnson. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Lillard's got 16 points.
Just a big-time answer from Lillard. He competes as hard as anyone in this league.
Here's Johnson, and again, it's Brooklyn.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. That'll be the second of a two-game stretch at home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night.
Second team foul.
That's good from Porter.
The last pick of the first round in 2019, Porter Jr. plays with a chip on his shoulder. I love the competitive attitude.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Green comes in for Trent. And a change for the Nets. Watford's checked in.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Lillard outside.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
He's made 3 or 4 free throw attempts in this game.
He did a lot of damage at the free throw line in their last game.
And both free throws good for Lillard.
Yeah, I think something that doesn't get appreciated enough is Lillard's patience. But he's not one to rush things or look for easy outs. He knows it takes hard work to succeed. And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Lillard. Launches it from deep. The shot no good. And so it's Brooklyn cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. And their three-point shooting up. Moment ago, head coach Doc Rivers.
We can't do it on our own. You got to play together. You got to share together. All right? It's simple basketball.
Teamwork. Going with almost an entirely new group here. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Kuzma comes in for Green. Trent, he's checked in for Porter Jr. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Rollins. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Nets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this will give them win number 32 on the year so far.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game. Prez.
Gotta respect the leadership he showed today. Made great reads and distributed the ball accordingly.
To the wing on the left. Pass to Whitehead. Johnson with it. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Lopez. Lillard deciding where to go with it. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Prez, covered by Lopez. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Out of bounds. It'll be Bucks ball.
Milwaukee ball.
"20 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Trent outside.
Stay there.
Lopez, the screen. Can't nail the jumper. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. So long, everybody.
MP got the job done tonight, as usual. They're a good team, but we got you. So we're going to win.
Kicks in.
All right, baby. Let's get down. And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And at the start of the new year, a look here at the Rookie of the Year race. Some great young players making their entree into the NBA. Well, you look at Prez. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
This is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
I ditto all of that. I mean, it's taken him only about half a season to show that he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA for a long time to come, barring injury.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Jones is out there with Oubre. Then there's Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. And for Brooklyn, they've got Lewis. Cameron Johnson is out there with Prez. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Whitehead in a 2 guard. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
And as MP told us at the start of the season, he wants to be at the top of his rookie class. Seen by everyone as the clear-cut standout. How would you qualify his performance in that regard?
And I think MP should be pleased with how he's done in that pursuit. Maybe not completely satisfied, since I know he wanted it to be the best, but he's done better than many other rookies in that class.
Nice job finding the open teammate that time. What a pass right there from Embiid.
Russell finds Prez. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Maxey. His last outing, he had 24 points. Prez with the rebound. And the Nets with possession. The question on everybody's mind is, will they surpass the 71-72 Lakers, 33 wins in a row? We will see tonight.
I don't even know how you describe the winning streak this team is on. It's a combination of the talent this crew has, but the confidence and self-belief and togetherness, cohesiveness that these guys have. It's a special thing to behold. You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
From the arc, and the Nets, another three.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Maxey kicks to Jones. Maxey with the screen on Johnson. They get it back. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Embiid knows how to bully his way into position for the putback.
Johnson, the pass to Whitehead. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And it's Russell in the corner for three. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchises.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Prez in the last matchup against the Bucks was a man possessed. He scored 16 points, and as usual, he orchestrated the offense with superb passing. Really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Here's Max following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Prez passes to Lewis. Johnson outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Drummond passes to Maxey. Back to Drummond. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
Here's Wilson. Misses the three. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. It's a 10-point game. Pass to McCain. A three-pointer off the mark. The Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Drops in the tray.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And here are the 76ers now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Maxey. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. With a completely new group now. D'Angelo Russell out there with Whitehead. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Prez. And it's Wilson in at the 3 slot. So that's the Nets 5. And Jones slams it in.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking. They came into that second quarter determined to throw the ball inside, and it's paying off.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Now here's Drummond, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Lock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. Screen by Jones. Grimes. From outside, off the mark. Nets leading by 9. Pass to Prez. Now Claxton. Nets passing it around. Here's Prez. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 8 points for Prez.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here's Drummond. He's tightly guarded. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by the Nets. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
Drummond with a screen on Russell. Maxey, no good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure?
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Nets.
I have some research here that might explain.
And that'll do it for...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Derrick Jones. He's out there with Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's Grimes in at the 2 spot. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for the Nets. And all month long, he's been fantastic, and now he's been named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
Prez, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Outside Lewis, it falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
And Embiid throws it down.
Nothing new for Embiid here, going off for a big scoring performance, par for the course.
And the Nets, another 3.
Embiid with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Grimes. He's got 9. Oubre outside. Jones for 3. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lewis gets the bucket. Lewis has got 12 points here in the second half.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And the dunk by Embiid.
With his diverse offensive game, 7 feet tall, maybe a little north of that, at 280 pounds, Embiid might be the toughest assignment in the league.
Now here's Prez, guarded by Embiid. Prez kicks to Lewis. Lets it go. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
Trendon Watford's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Russell. Another miss by Philadelphia. Nets leading by 17. Pass to Prez. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And Drummond throws it down.
Making opportunities. Maxey smartly using the pick and roll to create for his team.
Inside, here's Prez, and finish off by Prez.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
The 76ers trail by 19. Here's McCain. He's got 5. There's 31 seconds left to play in the 3rd. With some arc. The rebound by Watford. Brooklyn's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Connects from three-point range.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Can't throw down the putback. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Nets running away with this one. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. DeAnthony Melton out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Prez. And it's Whitehead in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And things seem to be getting tougher for the big spending teams, Clark, but we're seeing a lot of them go all in before the toughest penalties take effect.
Yeah, you know, the frozen pick provision kicks in next season, and the season after that, luxury taxes ramp way up. Powerhouse teams trying to make hay while the sun shines is a pretty good strategic business move, but the landscape is certainly changing. What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
Embiid finds Simmons. Here's Yabusele. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Embiid. And it's Russell with the rebound. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Embiid, no good. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Here's McCain. Three-pointer. And it's Russell with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Prez kicks to Wilson. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's McCain. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Prez. Finished off the break. 16 points for Prez.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Kicks it out to Wilson. Pass to Russell. To the paint. Here's Prez. And finished off by Prez.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Whitehead passes to Russell. Claxton inside to the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
Pass to Prez. Outside, Martin. Lets it go from deep. Oubre pulls it in. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Grimes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And they're going to take the second game between these two clubs, just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 left to play in the season series against the Sixers.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Prez.
Boy, the way he orchestrated the pace was impressive. I mean, moved the ball around, made good things happen with the pass. Well done. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
It's Jones on the wing. Maxey sets a screen for Jones. No good with the triple. And here's Brooklyn. They're on an 18-7 run. Outside, Russell. Pass to Martin. To the inside. Prez. Yes, that goes in.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for...
Way to bring home that W. MP, keep taking them to church, my guy. You the best rookie in your class, and it's not even close. Salute.
Crowd looks hype tonight. Better come with us.
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. You better watch out.
picks, MP.
Don't tell me y'all having a party without me.
MP.
What's going on?
Thank you both. We'll talk soon. Second half of the season's coming up. We want to finish strong.
Right? Every moment matters. We need to be laser focused on our goals 24/7.
I'm right there with you, Coach.
Yeah, well, we all know what we're striving for as a team at this point, but we want to continue pushing you to develop your game as an individual.
Exactly. No matter how good you are, you can always be better.
I'm with it. So what are we going to do? We're going to choose another personal goal like we did first half?
That's right. Why don't you show them the list, Coach?
Yeah, pick a goal and we'll get to work.
Best of the best. King of the Hill. Rookie of the Year. And up and coming. Teammate improved quicker for first. NBA rookie season only. NBA season second half only. I know I'm going to get Rookie of the Year because I know I'm going to get Rookie of the Year because when outperformed top rowdy candidates in the mid and TV grade, but I also want to complete all two game goals and
I want to be the MVP.
You looking for those bright lights, huh?
Playing at the MVP level will help us get a title. In order to give the most to the team, I have to ask the most of myself first.
You have the ability. And the way you've been performing this year, you're worthy of the recognition. But that is a reward that is based largely on perception.
Well, it's a tricky thing. I get that.
Luckily, we know how to play the game. You show out against other MVP contenders.
And win games.
And we will do our part to help you get the media on your side.
All right, I'm with it.
That sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every moment matters. Give everything you've got to this and you'll be rewarded.
What's shaking him, Pete?
What's up, MP?
He's about to tear it up.
Do you think I'd be a good mascot? Yeah, in this arena, this
or have been issued anytime that needs to be addressed, please text the words NET along with your issue and implication to 555.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have a Monday night of basketball for you with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for Pascal Siakam.
It's not a great trend for him. Not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. Maybe it's his effort, or who knows, but that's something that needs to change.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Benedict Mathurin is out there with T.J. McConnell, and it's Turner in at the center position. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, they've got D'Angelo Russell. He's out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Wilson in at the 3, the small forward. Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
And the tip goes to the Nets. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
On the wing, Mathurin. Pass to Turner. Siakam outside. Takes a 3. Russell with the rebound. Now here's Johnson. Nesmith covering. Johnson passes to Melton. Russell against McConnell. Tries again. And it's finished off by Russell as he lays it in.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
Pass to Turner. And here's Nesmith from outside the arc. Counted from distance.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Outside Russell to the paint. Here's Prez. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Prez has got his second basket of the game.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
They set the pick. There's Nesmith with the 3. Russell with the rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Prez. It's good. Prez has got 6 points.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's McConnell. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Nesmith. Brooklyn pulls it in. And this squad has managed the unthinkable, stringing together 34 straight wins and eager to add number 35 tonight. To say they're on a heater is an understatement.
Look, at the end of the day, this team, of course, wants to win an NBA championship when it's all said and done. And you know that's what they have their sights on. But it is so nice to enjoy the hype and accolades of a team that is right now steamrolling through the entire league in this incredible stretch. Wow, this has been an amazing thing to watch.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, Prez in their last game against the 76ers put on a show. He had 22 points and he was dealing assists all around. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
Wilson, no good. Pacers trail by 8. You know, Doris, the last few years, Siakam has gotten back to attacking the rim like he once did.
To me, BA, that's where he's at his best. He's got such length and creativity. You don't want to have to step in his path as a defender. Listen, he knows he's got to shoot the three, but go to your first strength.
Now here's Melton, still without a bucket.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Turner from downtown. Brooklyn pulls it in. Russell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Melton. Again, the net score.
I just love the ball movement.
The Pacers have gone only 2 of 6 from the field. Siakam outside. Now Nesmith. Back to Siakam. Down low. Here's Mathurin. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And Mathurin is an impressive scorer. Skilled at finding ways to convert around the rim.
To the middle. Here's Prez. And he dunks it down.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's McConnell after the basket by Brooklyn. Siakam outside. Outside Nesmith. Pass to McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
How about that? Running the pick and roll to perfection. Evident that Miles Turner loves these situations.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a 3-point. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Watford outside. Pass to Thomas. Now here's Russell. Here's Prez. The rebound by Jackson. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. Jackson out there with Toppin. Then it's Shepard. Then it's Aaron Nesmith. And it's Furphy in at the 2-guard position. Now here's Jackson. He's scoreless. Blocked! And the dunk by Jackson. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Watford inside. He's against Toppin. Thomas left side. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Jackson outside. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Brooklyn leading by 15. Prez, the pass to Watford. Right wing. Here's Prez. Gets the 3 to fall. Prez has got 11.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Pass to Toppin. Here's Furphy. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Furphy's got his first 2 points of the night.
What a heads-up play by Obi Toppin. Feeds the open man. Easy opportunity.
Prez, that's good.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And here's Toppin from the arc. Russell with the rebound. Russell's got 6 rebounds in the game. Prez, the pass to Russell. And he lobs it up top. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side, It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said, "It's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us." Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. And that one drops. Russell's got his third bucket of the night.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between, dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Brooklyn making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Watford. Wilson comes in for Williams. And it's Melton in for Thomas. Now here's Siakam. No points yet. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Now this is where the length of Pascal Siakam makes him so hard to stop. Even with contact, he's able to get through or around.
Here's Prez, and he takes the feet in stride and slams it home.
He's officially taken over this first half, making all the right reads.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Pass to Nesmith. Back to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Now that's called positioning, and Turner has the verticality to make it easy.
Wilson passes to Prez. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Prez has got 9 points in the quarter. The Pacers have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And then Turner with the dunk.
Well, brought up in an unselfish system, Pascal Siakam takes great pride keeping his teammates involved.
Russell to pass to Prez. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Prez has got 19 points.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And so it's Brooklyn continuing to pile it on, up 22 as we head to the break. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back.
I'm guessing my buddy over here loving it. They were forcing the ball into the paint with excellent results.
And next up, here's a look at some of the contenders for the fan favorite three-point contest.
Some really interesting names here. So many great shooters in the league.
And that'll do it for us.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And for Indiana, they're shooting just 38% for this game so far. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
D'Angelo Russell is out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Cameron Johnson, and it's Wilson in at the 3. So that's the Nets 5. Melton against Matherin. Pass to McConnell. Turner, a screen on Russell. Here's Turner. There's the 3. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Johnson for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. McConnell against Russell. And here's Siakam for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Turner, and then Turner with the dunk.
Don't you love how many different ways Miles Turner can score the basketball? Spot up, in transition, operating in the post. He's got the entire arsenal.
Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
He's a great example of what a modern big looks like. He's so much more than just a big in the paint, and that versatility is a big part of what makes him such an outstanding player.
Russell, that's good.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
On the wing, Mathurin. McConnell outside. The 3. Siakam, no good.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
And the shot goes in. Johnson's got 5 now.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Here's Turner, and then Turner with the dunk.
But he is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
And the Nets tack on 2 more.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. For Indiana, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Pass to Turner. Back to McConnell. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
Well, Pascal Siakam has the ability to play on the inside and score with that length.
Here's Wilson. And he gets the bucket. Give him 8.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
The Pacers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. To the left side wing. Here's Turner. That shot missing.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Shot is up. Melton misses.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
McConnell finds Siakam. Here's Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Boy, Pascal Siakam much improved as a playmaker. He can score it or create shots for others.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level...
On the court.
On the floor for Indiana, we've got Obi Toppin, also Isaiah Jackson out there, Walker out there with Shepard, and it's Furphy in at the shooting guard position.
That pass was about the location, puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
Back to Thomas. The 3 is up. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. To the inside. Pass to Furphy. Toppin with it. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. To the middle. And it's Prez missing. Pacers trail by 20. Here's Shepard. Prez grabs the board. Brooklyn has gone 7 of 9 from three-point range so far. Thomas finds Melton. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Takes one from 10 feet. That's good on the jumper.
Overall, their shot selection has been much better here in the second half. We'll see if the rest of their game follows suit.
And that one's good. Wilson.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Russell is checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Siakam for three. The rebound by the Nets.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Russell, the pass to Prez. Here's Wilson, out left to the wing. Pass to Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's Brooklyn.
A walking bucket. That is Cam Thomas.
Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. McConnell against Russell. 1:53 left in the game. 6 to shoot. McConnell passes to Nesmith. And Indiana misses again. Brooklyn leading by 22. Pass to Thomas, inside. And it's Prez missing. The Pacers have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Now here's Nesmith. Not a lot of room. Can't get it to drop. For Brooklyn, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Nets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they notch another win, number 34 of the year. So we see the Nets taking the W here. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome.
Way to bring the effort tonight.
Good job, MP. C. Long season. Time to grab that lunch bell and go to work.
Objects in motion stay in motion as long as they move.
Nets fans love promotional nights, and we have a great one coming up. The first 10,000 fans in the arena will receive a Nets pennant to show off your pride all around the Brooklyn area. Good news, Nets fans. If you're still looking for tickets to an upcoming home game.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Thanks to Skylar Cole for that stirring rendition of our national anthem. And we'll be right back.
In the
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And checking out some numbers for Jaden Ivey.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games. He's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Inside for him, it's Harris and Duren. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivey. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. And for Brooklyn, Wilson out there with Cameron Johnson. Then it's Russell. Then there's Prez. And it's Thomas in at the 2-guard spot. Ivey with the bucket.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivey, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind, but once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
Pistons passing it around. Back to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
A physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
Bangs home the trifecta.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Count that one.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivey plays with no fear in this.
From deep, Thomas. Duren pulls it in. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to Portland. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin, and they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress. Well, positioning and size win during the offensive rebound, which he then cashes in on.
And Russell gets it to go. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Duren slams it in.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Nice, straight power there, straight power. Thomas outside, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Prez in the last matchup against the Pacers really lit up the floor. He scored 24 points and his passing was phenomenal with a ton of assists. One of the great performances I've seen in all my years, and I really mean that. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Nice up fake by Cunningham. He does all the little things that help him generate points. Right here, he just gets himself to the line.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Johnson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Cameron Thomas. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Detroit. Prez passes to Wilson. To the left wing. Prez with the ball. Now defended by Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Drills the three-pointer.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Now here is Harris. He had 15 points last outing. Duren sets the screen for Beasley. Duren is right there. Duren's got 8 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Shot's good by Wilson.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Russell kicks to Prez. Melton passes to Prez. Here's Wilson. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Beasley. Nothing on the board. Harris outside. Takes the 3. A rebound by the Nets. What more can you say about this team? They've won 35 games in a row. No one seems to have any answers for them right now.
Well, I don't say this lightly. This group could very well be one of the best teams I've ever seen. To win this many games in a row is unthinkable. And if I'm in the locker room coaching this group, the one thing I'd be telling my guys is not to get distracted by the record. Stay focused on tonight, just as we have throughout the streak.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's...
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Nets lead by 10, and the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And another thing, coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Johnson is out there with Prez. Then there's Cam Thomas. Then it's Williams. And it's Russell in at the guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Over in the corner, Prez. A 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Beasley. Back to Stewart. The tray. Knocks down the 3 ball. Stewart's got it back down to within single digits for the Pistons. Thompson against Johnson. Pass to Prez. Nets passing it around. Here's the 3. He's off on that one. Pistons trail by 7. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Brooklyn leading by 7. And Thomas has it in the corner. Over Beasley. That's good for Thomas on the assist from Prez. Prez has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. B.A., thank you. Johnson, he's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. Tobias Harris is checked in for the Pistons. Kate Cunningham comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Prez, no good.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Hardaway passes to Stewart. Over Thomas. And it's off the back rim, no good. Here's Prez, and finish off by Prez.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Harris dishes to Cunningham. Knocked loose. Back to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Harris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And really a combo forward with a solid outside touch. Harris is the ideal fit for the modern NBA.
Can we talk about this every night? So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
Well, I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama's size. And then Victor's handle and his length, the guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the...
So it's Brooklyn ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly.
Check out the Pistons. They're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year. Their fan base was fired up, but it just hasn't come together.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
I love how they've kept the ball moving, make the defense play musical chairs out there.
Musical chairs? I think you mean hot potato because they're burning that D.
Oh, Arnie.
And that'll do it for half.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Here is Russell. On the court for the Pistons. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. The backcourt there will be Cunningham and Ivy. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Pass to Duren. Back to Cunningham. Thomas against Ivy. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 15 points here for Jalen Duren.
Well, give credit to Duren's teammates. They know he's got the hot hand, and they're feeding him the ball.
Prez, no good.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
After a solid rookie campaign, Coach, Jalen Duren had a breakout sophomore year.
Well, Kevin, Jalen Duren knows who he is. Averaging a double-double, but he stays within himself. Doesn't take very many jump shots, shot well over 60%, and he has got a great motor.
Thompson looking for an opening. Here's Cunningham. Prez with the rebound.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Thomas, no luck.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
And it's sent back by Russell. Nets leading by 9. Wilson with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Here's Prez. Takes it off the glass. Prez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Ivy against Thomas. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now Prez. 8 points for him. Carries it from three-point range. Prez has got the lead up to 14 now for Brooklyn.
Well, you talk about a full 180. His play here in the second half has really come on. You can see his confidence building.
That's just good fundamentals from Cunningham. When a guy is that open, you gotta get it to him.
Russell finds Prez. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. From deep, Johnson, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And the hoops aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Cunningham passes to Ivy. Cunningham inside. He's guarded by Russell. Cunningham's shot is off. And the Nets with possession. Big stretch here going 10-2. Down low. Here's Prez. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And that's 13 points for Prez.
Well, he was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Here is Cunningham, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Duran the pass to Ivy. And a miss there on the triple.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
The three from Thomas sinks the triple. Thomas got 8.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Both teams deciding to change it up. Pass to Hardaway. Duran sets the screen for Hardaway. And Duran slams it in.
Moving well. Duran working in the two-man game.
And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it, but it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Jalen Duran, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the three ball is good. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
That one good for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to...
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Brooklyn ahead, just dominating this one. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. For the Nets, Prez is checked in for Williams, and it's Wilson in for DeAnthony Melton. We've got Johnson, sharp out there with Wilson. Then there's Trendon Watford, and it's Prez in at the center. So that's the Nets 5.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. Harris outside. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Prez.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Duren, no good.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Watford finds Prez. Johnson in the corner. Takes a 3. And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go.
So you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. Man, the air really is thinner up here. Hope you've been running.